Good day everyone. Welcome to today's tutorial. Um, we are Classic Couture and today we'll be learning how to make a pencil skirt the best way I can. If you've not subscribed to my YouTube channel, please subscribe so you can get more of this video because we'll be doing more of tutorials like this from now on. So the first thing you do is fold your fabric into two using the highest measurement point. For this one, my highest measurement point is my hip, so this is the measurement I'll be using. My waist is 28, then my hip I'll be using is 38, then the full length of the skirt is 20. So I think I'll be reconsidering the waist that I marked 28. I'll be using 30 for my waist. Yes. So let's begin. Please pay full attention to this, okay? And if you don't understand, you can drop your comment section. Drop your question on the comment section, sorry. So first thing I do right now is I mark my length, which is 20. Then I add 2-inch allowance for folding. Mark it out like this. Sorry, I'm using a board instead of a ruler. I actually looked for my ruler this morning. I couldn't get it. So I'm improvising with this board. It's as straight as the ruler. So you mark length, then you mark the 2-inch you put underneath as seam allowance. The next thing you do right now is to impute your hip line. How do you get your hip line? You simply measure from your waistline down to where your hip starts from. For mine, I'm using 7 inches, and that's my hip line. So the next thing I do here is to impute my waist measurement. Now you folded the fabric into two, and that means for the front and back is into 4. So I divide my waist by 4, which is 7.5. Then I add 1-inch allowance because I'm using a paper. But if you're using a fabric, you add 2-inch allowance. It's better that the allowance is excess than it's not enough. Then I go down and mark my hip measurement. That my hip divided by 4, which is 9.5, and then add my 1-inch allowance to it. So to get the down of my pencil skirt, to make it pencil skirt that we want, I simply use my waist measurement, my circumference of my waist measurement, and add 1 inch to it. That's 7.5 plus 1 inch, that's 8.5, and then I put my measurement down there. You can also use your hip measurement -1. It will still give you what you want. It depends on how pencil you want it, and you can still go deeper if you want. So the next thing I do is to mark my cuff, and if you notice it was sharp there, so I just need to use my hand to curve it a little bit so it can come out, so the hip line can come out very well. Yeah, just like that. That's for the seam allowance. Then I mark the main measurement. You can mark the main measurement first as well before putting the seam allowance. It's totally your choice. Mark it seam allowance SA. That's the hip line. I draft it proper so you can see it very well. That is the hip line. So the next thing I'm doing now is I'm imputing my dart measurement. For my dart, I usually use 4, or I use 3.5, then add ½ inch allowance to make it 4. So after folding, after sewing, to give you back your 3.5 or your 3 inches. Then for the depth, I put marking 5 inches. You can use 4, is your choice, but I use 5 so I can get the proper fitting. So the next thing I do now is mark from the middle of my dart. I mark ½ inch on this side and ½ inch on this side, and I roll down. So when you fold, If you notice when you fold, to shrink back, and that's where your fitting starts from. Because you don't want your skirt to be bulging at the front. Sorry, that's a mistake. What I wanted to do is to come down by 1 inch for my waist length. So you come down from the middle of the waist by 1 inch, and then you slant from where the seam allowance is down. So that's it. That's your front pattern for your pencil skirt. I'm just pinning down so that when I cut, it doesn't shift. It's a paper. But if you're using a good fabric, you don't need to pin down. And you can still peel down to be accurate. It's your choice as well. Trim, 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 trim. And then you come here and cut out the measurement slant, as you can see here. Wow, so we are done with the front pattern for our pencil skirt. The next thing you do now is to fold another fabric for the back measurement. That's for the back pattern, but my paper is not enough, so I'll be doing just one side of the skirt. But I hope you understand what I mean. You should fold two fabrics together. So first thing you do for the back side is you put the full length of the measurement plus the 2-inch allowance, which is 22, and then the next thing you do is to measure 2-inch in. This is for the zip allowance. I repeat, this is for the zip allowance. Then you get your rule and mark it down straight. I think I'm liking this board rule. It's so straight and accurate. It works faster than the ruler I even use. So maybe I'll be using more of it then. Don't mind me. So you mark that down. The next thing you do now is to take your front your front pencil skirt pattern and just duplicate what you have there. Meanwhile, you note that we removed 1 inch for the waist length at the middle. At the back, you have to put it back so that it can be firm in your back waistline. So we're just going to impute that 1 inch back. It's very simple. Just get the slant is, just take 1 inch up and mark down. As you can see on the video. Yes. Then the next thing you do is cut. I like this part. When you know you're almost done, just cut. And this is your basic pattern for your pencil skirt. I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you don't understand, you can comment on this comment section below, and I'll be right there to answer your question. Thank you for watching, and I hope you subscribe to my YouTube channel so you can get more of this video, and I promise you will enjoy this tutorial with me. Thank you very much for watching, and God bless you. I remain Classic Couture, and I love you. Bye. See you next time in our next video.